white
interject,
people.
please?
They
Sorry,
don't
Chad.
want
Can I
that.
interject? Sorry, guys. Can I interject? There's something I want to get back to that they mentioned earlier, Milo
Sure, a
specifically.
lot of
He was
hope.
mentioning. Okay, so Milo is like talking about things about where. Why? What's it? But there's something that happened in South Africa. That's not true, by the way, my guy. You clearly you don't know what you're talking about, because I am a South African, by the way, and I know statistics, and that the whole white farmer narrative is being
Nope.
pushed by. Hold up, listen, please, listen carefully. There's you can go to Stats South Africa, okay? They
Mhm.
they actually have murder statistics. They
Mhm.
even break it down to what kind of murders: rural areas, urban areas. Now, when
Mhm.
it comes to rural areas, okay, what has happened is there's just as much crime as in the urban, okay. And then what has also happened is white people have a lot of wealth there, okay, or should I say, not a lot of wealth. They stole the land, and therefore they basically
No,
transfer
they
their wealth
didn't. No, they
towards
didn't.
wage. Wait,
All
let me
from
finish. Let me finish. Please, let
bullshit.
me finish. Let me finish.
Alright, go ahead,
Listen
go
to,
Okay, go
please
ahead.
listen. Yeah, because we're going with feelings, right? So no more facts for you guys.
ahead.
So
Alright,
what
go
I'm telling you, no. Okay. So what I'm saying is, those white farmers, right? They brutalize the employees. Firstly, they don't
Uh,
hire local black South Africans. They hire foreign blacks because they are cheaper and they want to cheat the taxes. Okay, one. And secondly, those same foreign black people who are not, for example, from South Africa, and it's not Rhodesian, by the way, my guy, it's Zimbabwe. Please call it properly, right? So
yeah,
those
right.
people,
Okay.
right? What happened is, because they brutalize the employees retaliate back and they kill them. So it's not because, oh, white farmers are, no. There's
Do you
many
mean
videos I can even
self-defense,
show.
Oxy?
Oh yes,
Oh,
this,
okay.
yes, Lucas.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
that's the
That's a
word.
very
Self.
interesting concept. Sorry.
And you know what? The most recent one, you can look it up. There's a couple of farmers. They took the employee because the employee made a flop. I forgot what was a mistake that they made. They took the employee, they put him in a coffin. They brutalized the guy. They put him in a coffin and they videoized this and they made fun of it and they shared it with the farming community. Everybody laughed at it. So, so you need to take that into context when you think about these things, and also understand where it's coming from. It's just not out of nowhere.
They
It's not
don't
like,
like
oh,
context, Oxy. That's the thing. They don't like
I have a
context.
question for you, Oxy, if you'll allow it.
please go ahead.
So, would you say that the South African concept of like, I guess we could say like revenge or retaliation or whatever, would you say that the context needed to explain that would be a power vacuum and how the
Oh,
governments were breaking apart and how it basically left people destitute as second-class citizens without any rights, and it basically imposed a form of feudalism on the majority population?
yes, and also
So
to add to that, yeah.
would you say that if you have a government body, one that's corrupt, two that is still grasping onto resources and power and has no interest in helping its people and basically tells people to figure it out, that when it comes to altercations that may occur, that it's not necessarily the fault of these people for having to do what they need to do to seize the land that was stolen from them during the apartheid?
Okay,
Yes,
yeah.
Mr.
First
Magan.
off,
So I just want to add on. Wait, Mayo, I'll give you the
I mean,
opportunity to
it's
for a
respond.
while.
self defense, literally by
You have to let them
definition. So I
respond,
don't
though. Let them
understand.
respond. But that was
Sorry, go
very
Okay,
ahead.
interesting
On for a
context.
long
Very
time.
interesting
Okay.
context.
okay, go ahead. Sorry, Mayo. I want to speak after you. There's something else I just want to add to Skillmonger, but sorry,
Yeah.
bro.
Okay. All right. Well, look, first of all, the biggest bullshit thing you said this whole conversation is that the people and the whites in South Africa stole anything from anybody. Okay. Because the land wasn't like nobody lived there. Okay. Before there's like
Do you know
basically no,
apartheid? I'm sorry,
and
Mayo.
pretty
I
much
need to
all of the
interject.
Let
Do
him
you
land
know
finish.
was
apartheid?
Let him
Hold on,
finish.
let him
Let
Hold
him
on,
finish.
finish. Let him
Oxy,
finish.
let him
Let him
finish.
finish telling as
Okay.
far as a West African
I
history.
can
Go ahead.
interrupt you. Okay. Hey, it's my turn to talk. Excuse me.
Absolutely. Sorry.
So,
Ngawa.
first off, they didn't steal land from any. There was no way they could get like agriculture there. The land wasn't farmable. It wasn't good. Basically, nobody lived there in the vast majority of the areas. There's a couple areas with a couple like hunter-gatherer tribes which moved in and out of the areas, as far as I gather. And Rhodesia, it was even different. It was like there's nobody there at all. And it's like the whites got there and built the countries and then allowed these Africans to come in as like immigrants over time. But they allowed them to come in as second class citizens. That was the deal. And they took that deal because it allowed them still a better quality of life than anywhere else in Africa had, because they were under the rule of people who built a better country. And so
Okay.
this is, but as soon as the tables turn, as soon as both Rhodesia and South Africa flipped and became full democracy, ended apartheid, made it so that everybody's got the same rights and everybody has the same government. Look what happened. Both countries fell apart. Now you've got massive crime against whites in both regions, and you can say that it's overplayed. Maybe it's overplayed, but it exists, and you know that I'm right about
So
this.
hold on. What you
It's
just
like
said
other
is
examples of
tantamount.
people lying
Real
about
quick,
it, other
real quick.
examples
What you
of
just said is tantamount to someone
other
kicking
examples
in your
of-
door.
No,
Why-
Hold on,
why-
hold on,
finish,
Oxy,
Gil.
1 sec.
Wait,
Yeah.
What you said
You
is
know what I'm
tantamount
talking
to
about
someone
with this.
kicking
They
in your
have
door,
these-
wait, hold on, Skil,
kidnapping you.
What, Mile, were you done, or was there more?
Yeah, that's good.
That's it. Okay, go ahead.
Sweet.
What you said
Still
is
after you,
tantamount
bro, please.
to kicking in your door, right? Kidnapping you, keeping you in, like, I don't know, a storage container for X amount of time. Then once you move back, someone's in your fucking house and you go, hey, what the fuck? And they're like, sorry, there was no one living here. This shit's mine now. Do you see how ridiculous that sounds?
Anybody out of the region though, like
But they weren't. That's the
Okay,
thing. And
can I clarify,
also,
please?
it wasn't
Wait,
just
Skil, my
land
bad.
that was unpopulated. There were also business deeds that were stolen. And
Wait,
those
wait.
merchants, by the way, they weren't killed. So I mean,
Wait,
let's
wait,
just
Skil.
add the context. That's all I'm
Wait,
asking
Skil.
for.
Context
Skil,
is the
please,
enemy
please,
of
please,
propaganda.
Wait, Mayo, one moment. Let me interject and prove you wrong, right? There is the first thing, because you clearly don't know nothing about the South African history, because you're talking shit. I'm sorry, bro. I
Yeah,
just have
right.
to correct
Okay,
you, right?
yeah.
No, you don't. Do you know the 1913 Native Land Act? Do you know that one? Where basically
Go
in
ahead.
1913, hold
No,
on,
he
listen.
doesn't.
No, of
Sorry,
course
go
not.
ahead,
No,
Oxy.
no, I hear you, Gideon. Okay, let me explain to you, right? When white people came to South Africa, they had no land, my brother. Majority of the land was owned by the Khoisan, the Xhosas, the Zulus, the Pedis, the Tswanas. Do you understand what I'm saying? Those are the tribes that owned a lot of majority of South African land, okay? What happened was, okay, white people begged the black people, and this is a fact, by the way, begged them to, please, can we have some bit of your land? This is a fact, by the way, my guy. These treaties, because you don't know, I'm telling you. They asked for a piece of land, and they came in the form of missionaries. They didn't come with the military first. They came with missionaries. So as soon as those little monasteries got their little bit of land, that's how they expanded. And what happened was, just to fast forward a bit, okay, back into 1910 to 1913, what happened was the old South African government, or the apartheid government, pre-apartheid, what happened was they basically took the military, forced black people out, the Xhosas, the Zulus, all of these tribes, they forced them out of the land, and they basically brutalized them, killed them. And then there's the 1949 Land Removal Act, the apartheid one, where, okay, Google Sophia Town, okay, Google Sharkville massacres, Google all of them, where black people were told, get the fuck out of this land. It's now white people land. Black people were like, but we bought this famed square. Here's a title deed. The apartheid government said, we have passed the law to steal your land. This is as recent as in the 1950s, my guy. So what you're talking about, that no land was stolen, you are super incorrect. Please get that right.
Oxy, I posted
I
Codessa
said
in
the,
the
I said
private
the
chat
vast
for you.
majority of it. I did say that there were some groups like that, but also, how do you think that any group came to power in the first place? This is just like the American Indians. You named those groups. How do you think that they got control of that land? Is they took it from other people with power? You're just
What?
mad that like white people did it.
Makai, I'm giving you a practical example of the apartheid government unlawfully or
He
unconstitutionally
wants to
or
deflect.
unfairly
That's why.
taking
Oxy,
away.
Oxy, he doesn't want to learn.
He
No,
doesn't
I
want
hear
to
you
learn.
guys.
It's hurting
Well,
his
we're
But
brain.
supposed to
okay,
be
one more-
growing,
Okay,
right?
one more thing.
It was
One
a
more.
law. You said it was
one
a
more point,
law. What do you
Mayo.
mean unlawfully?
It was a law. I just cited the 1913 Natives
He
Act
wasn't listening.
of
So
Land
how is it
and the
He wasn't
unlawfully?
listening,
1949
yeah.
Act of taking land, where black people fairly bought the land. Okay, what I'm saying is they fairly bought the land within the apartheid government and system. They bought the land fairly because this land was profitable, and the white industries and the white captains of industries wanted that land. They pushed the apartheid government to make a land act to remove these black people. This was fair and square. So I'm not saying it's an age of conquering. I'm saying it's in the 1950s. And in
So
closing,
were there some people that were disaffected by that had their land taken from them? Sure. But though to categorize like all of the South Africa
no,
Were
it's
there
majority
some?
of the land.
that, like,
No,
this
it's
was
majority.
people
So
from
Mayo,
the
that's what I wanted to understand.
called
Sorry,
land.
Mayo, I want you to understand. That's why black people, you're seeing a lot of thing about South Africa saying we want the land back. Majority of the land is like that. And one in closing, and then I'll let you guys talk or whatever. On closing, Mayo, South Africa never had a
Some
racial
people did something.
bloodbath, right? After apartheid, a lot of people expected black people to, South African black people to act like Rwandans and go on a murder spree of white people. A lot of white people were scared when Mandela was freed
Haven't
in
they been
1990.
doing that?
No. There's no race war.
Oh, you're
White
not
people are
South
fine.
African? You didn't know that? So listen to the South African. Go ahead, Oxy.
Yes, I'm a South African, my
Facts.
sister. Listen here. Listen what I'm telling you.
Well,
White
yeah,
people.
my dad's
No,
girlfriend.
Go ahead, listen to the
Brittany,
native. Go ahead, listen to the native real quick. Go ahead, Oxy.
Okay, listen to the facts of the matter. Like I said, you can go to Stats South Africa, which is a government institution which categorizes this. So what I'm saying to you, white people, what happened was with South Africa, right? The reason you're having these land issues and whatever, what happened was the negotiation of apartheid, right, to end apartheid. What happened was when they negotiated, white people said, hey, we'll give you political freedom. Okay, we won't brutalize you anymore, but economically, fuck you. It's still white, and that's what happened. Okay, that was the deal, to not have war and bloodbath. That was the negotiated deal, and it was a bad deal for black people. Okay, because that's why you see a lot of people saying, "Give our land back. This is not original we wanted." Our leaders were subverted that
Yeah, they're
way.
doing a great job too, by the way. Isn't it true? Like, okay, so yeah, no, my dad's girlfriend, she's a super bleeding heart liberal, and she hates when like we talk about the South Africa stuff. But she was even telling me about stories where blacks were literally like gathering up to try to kill all the white people, and then they would put that, if they weren't going to do it,
Where did she get the stories from?
They would set them on fire. And then I saw another thing in South Africa where like these white, hold on, the white farmers were like trying they were basically stuck in limbo because they were getting slaughtered. Like all these people are constantly getting slaughtered. People are not just like killing them, but like torturing them. And then they also cannot sell their land because the government might take it from them any minute, and people are just trying to kill them constantly. So they're just stuck living there waiting.
You understand that doesn't make sense. They can't sell their land because the government will take
them.
You understand?
You're trying to preach.
I have a question. Why are they torturing them? Why are they killing them? Why are they? What's the torture?
No. Karen takes precedence. She knows what she's talking about. She's saying that she knows how things go in South Africa because of stories she saw online.
Her dad's
Even though
girlfriend
you're a conspiracy theorist believing person, you're not going to listen to the opinion of a South African.
Hold on, let the South African answer, please. Because
okay, so Brittany. Oh, hold up. So Brittany, okay, I hear you. What you referencing is anecdotal, right?
So yours is.
Yeah.
Wait. Sorry, Brittany. What you basically putting out? No, I will concede to you. Yes, there's crime. White farmers do get killed here and there, just like black people, right? That's why I even said to you, if you look at the crime statistics, you can actually see the most recent one I remember is 2018, which it was last I checked out. But what I can tell you is this, right? White farmers were not killed that much. That was manipulation of statistics because what we found. Wait. No.
Were they hiding? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Listen to me. Okay.
You can't control yourself. It's the white.
We have a number.
No.
Wait. So Brittany, there's a number of institutions South Africa has, right? There's the humanitarian. Okay, I don't want to mention them, but there's a lot of them that measure how South Africa is in terms of population, and we focus a lot on race relations. There's even in the private institution called race relations, right? And all of them have done studies, okay, where they saw that, oh, this white farmer thing is a fraud. And what turns out, okay, AfriForum, I don't know if you're familiar with AfriForum. AfriForum originated with this theory of white farmers being killed. You know why? Because there's an agenda, a business agenda.
Wait. What's the agenda?
To basically have a protected white farmers, because you know why? A lot of these white farmers did actually steal the land and they don't want to bring it back. So they're trying to create a commotion of, oh, they just want to kill me. So please protect me. They're trying to create.
Making up all those
No, they're trying to create a protected class of white farmers. So what?
Nobody's really dying. They actually never existed. Like,
hold on, Brittany.
Did you hear him say that?
You're being obtuse with what he's saying, right? Yeah. Listen to what he's saying. That's not what he's saying. So there's no reason to straw man what he's saying unless you're not looking to learn the truth. That's not what he's saying at all.
He's saying that they're making it up so that they can keep their stolen land. He literally said that.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Again, what I'm saying is white farmers, those white farmers in particular, again, like I said, there's a lot involved. Also, there's been allegations, right, in certain areas. It's not widespread, but there's allegations in certain areas in South Africa where there's security companies that are acting like mob bosses, where they tell these white farmers and say, hey, sign up to my security to protect you against white killings. And then if you don't sign up, those same white-owned security companies, okay?
How do we know this isn't a conspiracy theory?
No.
Why would you believe your story, but you can't
Are you
believe
serious? No.
Well,
Please listen
Brittany,
to me.
because
This
he
is a
lives
fact.
in South Africa.
Yes, I talked about somebody who lived there too, and like you
No,
guys
not
dismissed
live there.
that.
I'm talking about like currently, right now.
Currently lives.
Like,
You're hearing
lives
third
there right
person.
now.
I have family that lives there too, and you're dismissing me.
Where in South Africa?
Your narrative when you obviously have an agenda as well.
Where in South Africa? Just curious.
I think. Wait, hold on. Where the heck is it? Cape Town.
Okay, the most racist place. How ironic. Anyways, so what I'm gonna say is okay. What
that you would get a different as far as context to the events that are happening. But continue.
Yeah. Anyways, just to finish off, right? So what I'm saying to you is, it's not a conspiracy; it's a fact, because the South African police and our special, you can call them the FBI, the Hawks, actually investigated this. They found a syndicate of a security company going around killing white farmers and presenting it as if it's black people killing them.
Wait, you're saying there was a security company doing that?
Yes, a security company. Yes, they were being indicted. That's why I'm saying it's not widespread, but I'm giving you another ingredient that causes this narrative of white farmers are coming. This security company, quite big one in the area, went around killing a lot of white farmers, and then said it's black people. That spurs the narrative.
Weren't these the same
get
companies
money,
that were hiring? Aren't these the same companies hiring foreigners?
Okay. Do you know how the mafia extortion racket works? No, Brittany, listen.
Hold on. Let her ask her question, Oxy.
Yeah. What I'm asking is, like, are you saying that they were going around killing so that they can get more business, or are you saying that? Wait, like as if there were no killings, that they don't feel like they need a security force as it is.
Areas.
They have to. The security force also has to do some killings because they're not getting killed enough.
The issue is, Brittany, right? The issue is, as far as it's not necessarily that there's no killings. The issue is as far as exacerbating the problem, right? The issue is to make the problem seem bigger than what it is.
This sounds like a conspiracy theory.
No, it's not really. It's kind of like your YouTube video, right? You take small amounts of things and you just play some ominous music behind it, or you have like your dad's girlfriend or whatever just say some things, right? So it's just the same type of propaganda.
I mean, when we talk about this, she does not like it because she's super, super left wing, and she thinks that we're using South Africa with an agenda. So I'm telling you, when she's telling me these things, it's not like to help like my arguments. I promise you that.
If you consider that people are advocating for having a Rhodesian like athletic clothing and shit like that, I would say she would be right. So I mean, are there any other concerns that you have though?
Yeah,
about South Africa,
because context is important, right? Facts matter. So we're just having a factual conversation.
No, I'd rather talk about American issues, to be honest.
Oh, let's do it.
So who brought up South Africa?
Well, it kind of goes into that one, I think.
Okay, Mayo brought it up. Okay, just making sure. Hey, so quickly, could I ask a question? I've been listening and everything. So Brittany and Mayo, like, do you guys actually like believe that you could learn some new information, or do you believe you know everything?
Yeah, no, I love to learn.
But every time you've been rebutted, you've been scoffing at everything. So are you gonna try again and tell the truth? Do you actually believe you know everything, or are you open to learning new things? Do you think your perspective is the only perspective?
I literally just said I love to learn. Mio is.
Then why are you scoffing at being rebutted on certain things that you believe?